We're rope dropping EPCOT. Well, actually, we're rope dropping Cosmic Rewind. Do a little park science, find out how long it takes you to get through that queue after or at early entry. And then we're gonna hit the rest of the park and see what else we can get done in those first 2 hours. Frozen, Soarin', Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Stay tuned, we're gonna find out. Let's go. All right, so wish me luck, everybody. We're at EPCOT this morning. It is, let's see, I'm early, 7:53. Early entry for EPCOT is at 8:30. That is the early entry queue that we are starting with. Looks like they've just sent the crowds in. It's one queue, although the 3 lines, it's all the same queue. It's one queue for no matter where you're going for early entry, and then you split up once you get into the park itself, and then we're going to be heading towards Cosmic Rewind. Cosmic Rewind recently, well, I don't know how recently, it's been a few months now, I guess. They took it off of virtual queue. That's the only way I've ever been on it, was virtual queue. So they took it off virtual queue so that you can go standby. You can go standby in Cosmic Rewind, and that's what we're trying to do. We're going to rope drop Cosmic Rewind this morning, just to for science, to find out how difficult it is, how long it takes, if it's complicated, or if you should just get the single-use fast lane or lightning lane. It's interesting because I think Cosmic Rewind could be one of the most competitive rope drop attractions at the resort, simply because it's so far ahead of everything else that's here. Like, is there really anything else you're trying to do early entry on at EPCOT than Cosmic Rewind? What else is there? I asked a couple cast members up front, like, what do I do? How do I? Somebody is early entry Spaceship Earth. Okay, and they said just follow the crowd. Everybody's pretty much doing the same thing, so that's what we're going to do. The main question that we're going to hope to answer is, does it make a difference being here, at early entry? Well, being here at rope drop, I should say. Like, am I even getting here and doing this at 8:30? Will I still have to wait 30, 45 minutes, an hour? And then we'll try to maybe catch another standby rotation if we're lucky later this afternoon, and just see how long that takes, and just say, what's the savings? How much time are you actually saving? Man, that is definitely a sea of guests heading for Cosmic Rewind. It's incredible. And like Magic Kingdom yesterday, it looks like we're able to queue up right at the attraction. There's Mission Space, an attraction I've never been on, and I may never. My delicate stomach can't handle it. Still haven't found the back of the queue yet.
So we have to wait 30 minutes before they start.
And now. Looks like they are queuing them up. Well, they're moving. I don't know if they're going inside the building or not. I hope they do, because it's hot out here. It's already, and it's not even 8 o'clock yet. Looks like the front of the queue right there. So we may have a shot at seeing when they open things up. Okay, so that's the front of the queue. So we're gonna get a little shade at least. Some umbrellas. And that'll be our home for the next 26 minutes approximately. We'll have to try to pay attention. Yesterday at Magic Kingdom, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train Ride, they started letting guests in at 8:23. So hopefully we'll get that lucky again. I'm going to try to guess. We've got, let's see, 4 switchbacks that are going to be Well, 3 will be full by the time we stop. I'm gonna guess
I like how they did the line.
maybe 3 minutes each, 4 minutes each. So we're looking at, from our spot, I'm thinking maybe 15, 20 minutes. And that's when the rope drops, not starting now. You don't start the clock until the park opens.
Tell me 45
So 2 switchbacks, actually. We're gonna be near the front. Are we even in the second switchback? That'd be great. Yeah, I'm gonna say those are maybe 4 or 5 minutes each, actually. I said 3 or 4, I'm gonna say 4 or 5. So if we can get, man, that might even be 10 minutes. Pure guess and speculation. I do have a Q brain. I have scientific brain as far as this goes. So when I see a queue, I kind of have an idea how long it's going to be, even if I've never been in it before, which I never have. I've never been in standby before, but I have a very good idea of how long things take. And I'm thinking those 2 switchbacks are looking at maybe 10 minutes. While we are looking at possibly or probably a 10 or 15 minute wait. We were here at 7:53, 37 minutes before early entry. It is now 8:13. It's been 20 minutes since we arrived, and in that time, the queue has doubled. We're in the beginning of the 3rd switchback. We are now on 3, 4, 5. They're working on switchback number 6. And there has been a steady flow of guests, coming in and filling in the back of the queue. There's nowhere for anybody to go right now, so the queue is just getting bigger and bigger. So this is one of those minutes counts situations that we talk about so much when we talk about Disneyland rope drop. Minutes count. If you're here even just 10 minutes later or 15 minutes later than I was, you can expect your wait time to probably, I'm going to say double. It's probably going to double it. These guests coming in right now are going to wait twice as long, and whatever our time is, it'll be twice as long. For those of you new to this show, if you're a Disney Worlder and you don't do Disneyland, you haven't watched our rope drops, that's what we call, you got to rope drop the rope drop. You can't just rope drop. You have to be here before the rope drop, a good 30 minutes. At Disneyland, if the rope drop's at 8 a.m., you got to be at the rope at 7:30 at least, sooner if you can help it. If you want to actually take advantage of that rope drop time. 8:22, 9 minutes later. I'm keeping an eye on the front of the queue right there to see if they let us in any earlier. But the flow is actually getting stronger. It's getting thicker and deeper. More people are coming in. They have now exceeded all these switchbacks out here in front. The switchbacks are now going out in front of the building itself, and pretty soon they'll be filling in those spaces up there. Those guys are probably too late. You know what I mean? I guess it does. I mean, if you're going to do something, do this first, I suppose. But I don't think they're saving any time. I think that the amount of time that they're going to wait is going to be fairly close to what the actual standby wait time will be. Cosmic Rewind is on single-use Lightning Lane, not Lightning Lane multipass. So that means it's going to be far less in demand. There's going to be far fewer people using it than there would be if it was on the regular Lightning Lane. So it's going to be predominantly standby. So this would be true. You would do this in the morning right now if it were on multipass, because it would be almost unrideable later on in the day if it were on multipass. It would be brutal. And it looks like they have just sent the queue inside. It is 8:25. I've started the clock. The clock has begun, and now we're going to see how long that takes us to get to our ride vehicle from this point. 8:25. So we got a 5-minute head start, which is great. And I would be willing to bet that everybody that's in my frame right now will still be, well, I'm almost positive. It's not even a difficult bet. Everybody in this frame right now will be here when we're done. They'll be in the queue for sure. We're competing, or we're just waiting for this queue right here and the one going in. And then behind us there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 switchbacks back there. 7 more. I'm right that it's probably not It would be 4 or 5 minutes if it were live, if the attraction were live. It's going to only take us a couple minutes to get in the door. But if it's 4 or 5 minutes, those 7 more, you're looking at 28 minutes, right?
I can't say anything.
This queue goes back way further than I thought it did. Oh my gosh, this is the longest switchback I think I've ever seen. And that's 253, 256 to make the first U-turn. Wow. Oops, get in there. So that was 3 minutes and 8 seconds to make that first U-turn. Heading back to the house. I'm gonna guess 2 minutes to the door, and then we'll see. All right, so if you're in these first 2 switchbacks like we were, oh my God, look at all, see what I mean? We didn't even have to wait very long for that thing to fill up out there. Okay, if you're in those first 2 switchbacks to the door, 4 minutes and 15 seconds so far.
Stars. Our Andromeda galaxy has more than 1 trillion. But because our galaxies were both born of the event which our Xandarian system boasts 3 stars or suns, 2 yellow and 1 red. Observant Terrans may have noted peaceful paradise in the stars, a beautiful world filled with land masses and dominated by vast blue waters.
Seven minutes to reach the second room here. I don't know what they call this room. I don't have a word for it yet. The briefing room, perhaps? I don't know, the historical room? Ooh, they got models and stuff.
Are the envy of the galaxy from the Sovereign planet. One day, we'd love to feature some specimens from your planet too.
I want to correct some math that I talked about previously in the outdoor queue back there. I was talking about it would take double whatever we did. That's not true because the interior queue is very extensive and relative, compared to the outdoor queue. But it will be double whatever time we spent getting to the door. So if we were 4 minutes to the door in our 2 queues, then every 2 queues after that, switchbacks I should say, will be another 4 minutes. So if those guests are getting there 10 minutes later, I think it was 4 of them. So where we're at, 9 minutes right now, it will take them an additional 15. No, 2 switchbacks. Let me think. I got to figure this math out. There were 4 more, so 2 sets. There was 2 sets, so another 8 minutes. On top of ours, so they won't be in this room until well into 15, 17 minutes.
By linking together with
After Nova Prime, our highest rank is that of Centauri.
It was really a group effort to execute my plan.
to hear more about how Terra was chosen for this Wonders of Xandar tour.
Around the Cree dude, totally safe.
You're weird and embarrassing dance.
Okay, we've reached the pre-show in 14 minutes. I would guess, is this where the clock stops? I don't know. I'm not sure. If we were at Disneyland, at Rise of the Resistance or the Haunted Mansion, yeah, I'd say the show starts here. So 14 minutes to the pre-show.
Thank you.
Greetings, Terrans. I am Nova Prime Irani Rayal, Commander of the Nova Corps. On behalf of all Xandarians, I hope you have enjoyed exploring the wonders of Xandar. For you to travel to Xandar would take 2.5 million years, assuming you had a ship that could fly at the speed of light.
Welcome, people of EPCOT, EPCOTers, EPCOTians, citizens of EPCOT. Does anyone know what they call themselves? Now, please step forward into the chamber. You're gonna love this.
Everybody stay inside the library. Everybody stay inside the library. Everybody stay inside the library.
Okay. Before we begin, I should warn you that we have never teleported Terrans before. But since your molecular structure is very similar to Xandarian's, it should work. Here we go. You made it! I mean, of course you did. Nova Prime, they're ready.
Excellent. What you see before you is the cosmic generator. And in just a few moments, it will be activated so you can experience for yourself what's happening.
I'm not sure. Our power's out. And the cosmic generator is gone.
Interior Monarch, go to Code Red. Prepare the fleet. And call the Guardians. Now!
There is no cause for alarm.
Perhaps that really big man outside your ship.
Well, that is a big man. I need to alert Nova Prime.
I've been watching Terrans for eons.
That's not creepy at all.
This species has failed.
Wait, whoa, we didn't even know there was a test. Well, that doesn't sound good.
Your time is over.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean it's so vague?
The term point is closing.
Wait, no, we do. You're no according to follow that whatever it is until we get there.
We can't.
This plan is making me so hungry.
Terrans, listen up. You need to make your way to the evacuation shuttles now. We'll follow with the fleet if we get our power back. I mean, when we get our power back. This planet of Guardians doesn't stand a chance. What? This is the moment? Or did I just say? You need to tell me what I'm on. Are you Terrans still there? Everything is under control. We're rebooting our subsystems and we'll have the power back soon. We do hope you enjoyed your brief visit with us. Over and out. Could this day get any worse?
Push it out of the way.
And that's 30 minutes to our vehicle. That actually took quite a bit longer than I thought it would, but I forgot about all the pre-shows, man. It was, what, it was 15 minutes? So I'm gonna say 20 minutes to the vehicle. Yeah, it was 20 to the vehicle plus 10 for the pre-shows.
Okay, they're headed for the jump point. This plane is never gonna work. Rocket! Well, okay, I'm off onto your vehicle.
We'll be right behind you.
Nothing to worry about.
Unless we cannot stop this unusually large man, then you're likely doomed.
Rex!
Good luck! You're gonna need it.
Wow.
It was useless to follow me. What is that noise?
Boys, no one's gonna stop rock and roll from existing.
What have you done?
What have we done?
I think we jumped back.
Oh, Christ.
Is that the dingo?
The Big Bang! We got the generator! Move it!
You have no idea how to use it. I will destroy you.
We get that all the time. The Milky Way just formed.
That gives me gas. Of course it is about time. Have you not been paying attention?
Nova team, link your star blasters.
We're back. Locking coordinates for Echo.
Remind you to raise that rate.
Wow. And so begins our EPCOT rope drop adventure. Let's do a little summary of what we just went through, how that compares to what people are going through now. It is 9:03, so the park is officially open to all guests. Early entry is over. We spent our entire 30 minutes here at Cosmic Rewind, and it took us 30 minutes to get to our vehicle. It was 6 minutes to the door after 2 switchbacks, and then 15 minutes to the pre-show. The beginning of the pre-show, that took about 10 minutes, and then we're on our ride. It is 9 a.m. and the posted wait time is now 80 minutes. 80 minutes. And the queue is not going to be moving anywhere near as brisk as we just experienced, although I do see movement back there. But the back of the queue is now all the way, just as I suspected. It actually could be worse, but there's the back of the queue right here. So they've got to go that distance. They have filled in. The reason why it's not worse out here than what we would have thought, because we saw it out here when we got through the doors, they have filled in all that interior space. We walked straight through all that interior space. They have filled all that in now with standby guests. So, twofold. The lessons, that is, what have we learned? A, don't rope drop this at 9 a.m. as a standby guest, as somebody who doesn't have early entry, I would not, I don't know, we're gonna come back later and see what this place looks like at 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock or something like that. But I don't think it pays. There's really no benefit to doing this at 9 a.m., I don't think. As a matter of fact, it's probably not even worth it if you get here at 8:30 a.m. I don't like getting here at 8:30 a.m. Based on what I just went through. Even that's too late. Those 8:30 guests are probably going to be waiting 45. They're going to be waiting at least half that, I think. So if you want to do Cosmic Rewind, if you want to rope drop Cosmic Rewind at early entry, you've got to rope drop the rope drop. 9 a.m. is out, 8:30 is out. You got to get here by 8, I think. You got to get here by 8 and be here for when that crowd first starts, getting into the park. I feel like that's really the only time saving you have. I mean, it's good now. It's 9 a.m. and we've got the park ahead of us. We have, 2 hours of rope drop time. Although I would imagine, like the park is our oyster at this point. There's not a lot of other attractions at this point in time. I mean, soon, test track right over here. Test track will be open, and then you can hear it. Did you guys hear that? Let's go look. Before that, I'm gonna walk right by you real quick. Mission space, 10 minutes, no big deal. That's probably gonna be available most of the day. In fact, I just looked at the tip board real quick. It was 5 minutes across the board, or all the way around the park. It's 5 minutes, except for Frozen Ever After and Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Both of those are high demand attractions. Both of those are closed right now, so we can't even hit those at this point at 9 a.m. So we just take our pick. I guess we go Spaceship Earth or something like that, whatever's nearby. In fact, I think I do want to stay close by, so we can hit Frozen, next if it does reopen. test track, man. We just missed it. It's gonna open like a week, 2 weeks after we get, what is it, the 13th? I think we're off by a week. You can hear it though. That's great. On second thought, I've never done soaring at EPCOT. Let's go to the land. And it's 9:15 and I'm kind of low-key disappointed that I'm already at the point where I can do attractions like this. Like, I'm here to do some recon, I'm here to do some science, I'm here to learn about, you know, best practices at rope drop. And really it's just Cosmic Rewind. I mean, again, we could have factored in Frozen or Remy's, but they're both closed, so we'll hit this one and then check the tip board when it's over and see what's possible. Not in this video, but in a separate video that we'll be putting out later. I will be dining at the Garden Grill restaurant. We have a reservation there for this evening. I can't wait.
Hello and welcome to Sullivan. My name is Patrick and I'll be your chief flight attendant today. Next, fasten your seatbelts, inserting them into the buckle on your right.
Smaller bags and items go under your seats in the cubbies. Smaller bags and items under your seats in the cubbies. Larger bags in the black lines.
Just like home, except they've got the updated Paris scene here at Soarin'. That looked pretty good. I haven't seen it yet at DCA, although they're installing it now. It is 9:33 as we wrap that, and right now your inclination would be to just go ahead and do Living with the Land. It's right there, right? And it's going to be an easy walk on, but I would definitely not do that. I would recommend not going Living with the Land. That attraction will be available to you all day. I know it's, you're going to have to trek back here which is not ideal. But if this is an all-day park for you, if you're planning on spending your entire day at Epcot, then you need to worry about going back and forth. There's only a handful of attractions here, so you know, it's not like you have to do things while you're near and then you're never going to have a chance. You're going to have a chance to come back here to Living with the Land again. It's a walk-on right now, and it'll probably stay that way, or at least ish, for most of the day. However, good news, bad news. Frozen Ever After has reopened while we were in Soarin'. It did reopen, so that was what we were hoping for. Bad news is that it is 45 minutes right now. I was going to screenshot it, but I'm just going to shoot. I don't know if you can see that. 45 minutes for Frozen Ever After, which this, you know, that's not ideal. I would have hoped coming out of a closure that it would have a shorter standby, but they were probably waiting. There was probably, you know, people who rope dropped Frozen, who when it broke down, they just stayed in the queue. And so you're not getting that. They never dumped the queue. So we're there for the full experience, but that does give us an opportunity. It's my favorite. Do a little park science. I'm going to find out how real that 45 minutes is. Let's go. We just have to go exactly the opposite direction that we just went. We just came through here on our way to Living with the Land, or the Land, and now we got to go back to where we were, back to Frozen. That'll probably take a few minutes to walk over there, I think. Wait a minute, I was like, that's gonna take a couple minutes. That was almost 8 minutes to walk here. I thought it would take half that time. I need to get more reps at Epcot. But the good news is that this does not look like a 45-minute queue. It looks quite a bit shorter than that. I could see it inside there, but I've waited out here in these ropes. Last time I was here, I was out in the ropes. You know what, let's stop that clock, start a new one. Posted wait time was 45. Oh, it's dropped down again. It was at 50 when it reopened, then it was down to 45, and now it's down to 40. So indeed, my eyes are not deceiving me. It's not as bad as they were reporting initially. The back of the queue is just around these windows, which shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. I don't remember what our results were before, but we make that left in there, and then we're inside, you know, Arendelle for a little bit. That's probably, I'm gonna say probably 30 minutes tops. Four minutes to Arendelle. And this does look bad, like you feel like this could take a while, but it actually moves pretty quick, provided there's not too much lightning lane action. So this actually will go through, you can kind of see the movement going out through there. This will probably be, I'm guessing, maybe 15 minutes to the house, and then that's another 5 to the door, perhaps. So that's 12 minutes now so far. We're just on our way into the door. So we've been in this section here for about 8 minutes, right on schedule.
That's wet. Hi, friends. How many's in our party? How many's back here, my friend? Gonna hold a party of 5.
17 minutes. And we're like right there. Yeah, they put me through just ahead of the lightning lane group, so I'll be in the boat in another minute. So that's less than 20 minutes off originally posted 50, dropped it down to 45, then 40 when we crossed the threshold. I'm gonna get in the boat by 20.
Row 3, please. Row 3. How many here? Row 3. Oh, yes.
Come on, I know you do. Elsa's made a magic winter show like summer snow for spending you. We're going up to Elsa's ice house with you and you calling you tonight. 'Cause for the first time forever, you're here
For my sister's magic night. Happy Sullivan?
Exactly! Want my future of fun, like to hold on to my dream.
Stop with the dog. I'll stick it out to the right.
Fascinating. So they dropped the Frozen standby wait time now to 30. Now the queue is outside the door. So what that was, that 30 minutes has been a call to action for people to come back to Frozen. Maybe even the 35 or 40 was enough, but now the queue is longer than it was when we got in, when it was posted at 45. And that is the crux of park science, of queue math. We say very often to do the opposite, and because the posted wait times can't keep up with what's happening in real time. I don't know if they'll ever get there, but it doesn't. So it's often reverse. You'll see, it's often reverse. So it's at 50 minutes. When it's posted at 50 minutes, is, on this morning anyway, is when you want to start thinking about getting over there, or maybe a little bit after that. Let that 50-minute posted wait time defer or dissuade guests from getting into the queue. Then you get in it when it's still 50, right? Then you get in it. But you don't want to get in it when it's 30, because unless you're right there, unless you're already in the immediate neighborhood. You try to get in that queue now, and it's going to be, it's going to be longer. Although I would say that's probably is going to be more like an actual 30, but they'll bring it up to 40 or 45. That's usually the way things go. We just did that in 20 minutes when it was posted 40, and the back of the queue is right about that window when you first go through the threshold. Also, good news. We just saw that the Remy's Ratatouille Adventure has opened, and we got to cross the bay somehow as quickly as possible. The only problem is that it is posted 20 minutes. That is a call to action. 20 minutes is for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. You can count on that. And we are nowhere near it. We're on the other end of World Showcase. So I'm that guest that's doing the wrong thing. I'm doing the opposite, but I'm going to do it anyway for science, because I want to show you what's going to happen. But I'm willing to guess that it's not going to be 20, that it's going to be longer than that by the time we get in there. I will say though that while we make our way back to France, the World Showcase at 10:14 in the morning is kind of dead. There is very little energy out here right now. There's a smattering of guests, but I don't feel that intensity that we're going to feel later today. I feel like this park doesn't really get going until the late afternoon and evenings. So if you're trying to hit a bunch of rides, I mean, morning is the answer. Obviously, everything's a walk on. All the big attractions, or not the big attractions. Most of the attractions, most of the things you want to do here are going to be walk on-ish, except for Remy's, Frozen, and Cosmic Rewind. It's funny though. I mean, I love Cosmic Rewind. Love it. I think that's one of the smoothest, slickest roller coasters you'll ever be on. It's, I feel like I'm dancing when I'm on there. It helps that they're playing the music that they do, but when I say big attractions, for me, the big attractions are Living with the Land and Spaceship Earth and the, whatchamacallit, Three Caballeros, I don't know why I can't think of the name. Anyway, those are the ones that are big for me, but those are always easy to get on, easy. It's another 8-minute walk from Norway to France. It's like you just have to commit. You just have to commit. It's not like you can be wishy-washy about these decisions. And what else are we going to do? We're here now. So I can't imagine people are going to get in this queue and like, you know what, this is not what I was looking for when I got here. You're going to get in the queue and you're in. That's it. Well, it didn't take long for them to bump it up to 30. It's gone from 20 to 30, and I don't believe it's over. I think it's going to be longer than that even. Look at that. Before we've gotten hardly anywhere in the queue, and they bumped it up again to 35. It is, though, moving okay. We are now 3 minutes into our queue, and we're about ready to head back indoors. So that's not bad. It's moving, but the time keeps going up. That's 4 minutes and 35 seconds into the interior building. We'll hit the lap. I've been going through this cavernous queue. Okay, so we're 10 minutes in total, and that's we're 6 minutes inside. But I don't know where to identify. There's no benchmarks here. It's just a bunch of red walls, and I don't know what to call this space other than the hallways, I guess. But 10 minutes so far, 11 now through the hallways. There we go. We've made it to Paris. We've made it to Paris in 12 minutes. 7.5 minutes to get to here. 12 minutes total. Leaving Paris, and I think around the corner are the ride vehicles. We are presently at 19:45, so there's one thing that we can say for sure. That's that 20 minutes was definitely not a thing. Like we just said on the way, it's already too late for the 20 minutes when we're on our way here. That's what I said, 20 minutes, it's out. Whether or not now the 30 or 35 is true is now up. I thought that the 30 minutes we probably wouldn't make it even in 30 when we got into the queue. And the time did go up to 35, but we'll see. I'm not sure how much further we have to go. I've only done standby here once, so I don't have a lot of reps, but it feels like my park brain is telling me we still have 5 or 10 minutes to go at least. And I was just looking at the tip board, and there's one other very interesting development happening in the park right now that we'll get to right after we finish this recon session here at Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. $28.40 to our vehicle, right about where we thought we were going to land. That's incredible. So that's posted. It was posted 30 or 35. So normally they're about 10 minutes, off. So that's about right. before we continue. Remy is now at 45, but that's about how we left. Oh no, it is a little bit longer. They've grown the queue now into the second section back here. That's probably maybe 5 minutes worth of queue right there, I'd say, about 5 minutes, yeah. Okay, so I alluded to something developing in the park while we were waiting in the queue for Remy's, and that is that, and this has been going on now for the past half an hour or so, Guardians has dropped from 70 to 50, or I should say, it did drop. It had been at 50 minutes for about 30, 45 minutes or so, which is interesting because we left it at 80. So there was that rope drop rush, and then there was a compaction, and then there was a little bit of relief after that at about, I'd say about 10 a.m., which is very similar to what we found yesterday at Magic Kingdom, where the park was its busiest in the morning, and then as the afternoon wore on, it got less and less busy. However, as I'm looking at the tip board now, hang on, they're calling it 80 minutes. It is now 80 minutes, so I think I'm gonna head down there before we wrap this show and just put eyes on that queue and see if that jives. And I just realized I don't know which way is quicker to get back to Guardians. I think we go left, right? We go left to get there quicker. World Showcase is the long way? I don't know, let's start the clock. As I mentioned in our Magic Kingdom video, this by no means is a definitive strategy. I don't know what the definitive strategy is yet. I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to develop one. And among the things that I need to figure out is how long it takes to get from France or maybe Morocco to let's say Spaceship Earth. Like which route is quicker? I have a feeling going through past Canada and London will be quicker, I think. Okay, that was a hike, 10 minutes and 34 seconds. That's how long it took us to go from, where were we, Paris? from France to Guardians. I feel like that was still quicker than going the other way, but probably by maybe a minute or two. But as you can hear, I'm very winded. That takes a lot out of you. So what do you see when we look at this? What are we seeing compared to what we saw this morning at, what was it, 9 a.m.? The back of the standby queue was significantly shorter. They're using just one switchback out here. So that means that they're filling the entire building. So that's actually positive. At least you're not having to wait out in the sun too much. But they are in fact back up to 80 minutes, which means, or at least it should mean, that there is impact from single-use lightning lane, or yes, but they're showing it on the tip board as not being offered. Is that pure? There's no way that's pure standby. Unless they sold out? You know what, I don't know, I'm gonna try refreshing, but I'm not seeing, yeah, look at that. I mean, they are selling multi-pass. Boy, they got a multi-pass. There's a multi-pass for the Pixar Short Film Festival. Okay, Frozen Ever After. No, they're not offering Lightning Lane for Frozen Ever After or for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, but they are for Journey and who's get. So the ones that you want to get it for, you can't. The ones where you don't need it, they're offering it. That is just insanity. Remy's not offering, but you can get one for Nemo and Friends. That's actually a 30-minute wait. Dude, Soren. Hey, how are you? I'm glad we did Soren this morning. Soren is at 50 minutes, and they are offering it there, and that's a now. Spaceship Earth, and there you go. That's it. That's all of EPCOT. So, while we're doing recon here, it is, boy, I think further study is needed because I feel like this is a rope drop park for the big time attractions. If you can get them in, like it took us 2.5 hours to do 4 rides, and we had to walk. Where are we at on steps right now? Has taken us 9,000 steps so far. I mean, that's a whole day for some. So, man, I don't know. We're going to do some more park science elsewhere. We got to go back to Magic Kingdom to ride the train, and we got to ride the monorail. When we come back here, I'll take a look at this tip board again. But as for this episode, we are done, I think. And the lessons learned here are really just one key. It's a Cosmic Rewind. What do you do with Cosmic Rewind? If you're going to rope drop it, which I think is a good idea, I like that idea, but you've got to rope drop the rope drop. No later. Be here no later than 8 a.m. If you can get here sooner than that, that's even better, which is easily done. It's not like at Disneyland where it takes, they don't open the parking structures until an hour before the park opens. So you can be here 45 minutes early, an hour early or whatever, and it's pretty easy to rope drop the rope drop here. That's it. And then everything else is just like, follow what the tip board gives you. We got those 4 rides done. We got everything major done, right? We did everything. We did Soarin'. We did Cosmic Rewind, Remy, and Frozen Ever After. Took us 2.5 hours. I hope you guys learned something. I hope this was useful. We're going to be doing this again. We've got more trips planned. Stay tuned. We'll do more study. Till next time, thanks for watching, everybody. We love you. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Fresh baked.